Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is M7 King with a software review of TweetDeck. Now, TweetDeck is basically a Twitter manager for all your tweets. Um, it's basically what it does. It's got some cool little features that I'm about to show you right here. And this is TweetDeck. So, as you can see, this is very well managed, very well kept, clean. Um, There's no complaints about this software at all. If you use Twitter, I recommend you go get this right now. Let me just quickly show you where you could get this. It's actually pretty simple. TweetDeck.com. It's open source, so you can go on Mac, Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, anything. It's cross-platform, so that's what's really nice. TweetDeck.com. It's in beta form, but there's no complaints, I'll tell you that right now. And of course, it's free. So let me show you a little bit about the tweet. Now, this is where you could basically update your Twitter, tell people what's going on, what are you doing. So you can type in anything under here. I'm just gonna put new video on YouTube. Subscribe now. www.youtube.com/M7King. And then it's as simple as this. Just hit enter and it sends the tweet. There it is. Okay, so on the next column there's direct messages. This is all the messages that I send directly to my other Twitter friends. And here's all the replies that I get from my direct messages. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. You could actually add... Oh, before I even talk about that, while you're sending your Twitter, you can also send it to Facebook. Forgot to mention that. You can also update your Facebook status, anything, what you're doing on Facebook also. So that's really, really nice. You got a shorten URL here. This is basically if you have a long, extended, crazy URL, you put it in there and you you can shorten it out. You can also choose where it goes to. You can dig it, is.gd, tiny URL, trim, twit URL, bit.ly, anything you need. TweetPic. Now this is pretty cool. If you have a tweet update that you want people to know about, that you want to include a picture, say like a little hint of something or some sort of like that, all you gotta do is pretty much just save it to your pictures folder, and this one is gonna pop up into your computer, and you just select it, and then it gives a link, and then there you go. And let me remind you, this is not web browser based. This is an application that loads right up onto your desktop, so there's no need to log into any websites, which makes it that much easier and more simple. So that's this section. Let me kill that. You can also add different columns to this. So say you want to add favorites. Now we got favorites. This bar shows up, we scroll over. And you can also add people to your favorites by hovering over their icon and choosing other actions: user, add to group, unfollow, view profile, search, tweet, favorite, email, tweet, translate, untranslate, mark as read, and delete. So that gives you the option to do pretty much anything that involves those sections. So I'm just going to remove this column because I don't use favorites. Sorry, I have no favorites, guys. You can do a Twitter search and search anything Twitter related. Twit Scoop, this is pretty cool. This is another column. This is what's being talked about right now. These bold big ones, the bigger they are, the more popular of a topic. So if they're like really big, it's what's being talked about the most. Really tiny is what's being talked about the least. So just a little cool thing if you want to know what other people are talking about. I don't use that either, so I'm going to trash that. This right here is what I will be using soon. This is called 12seconds.tv. Instead of sending a text to everybody and updating your Twitter through text, you can actually send short 12-second length videos and send them a video update. So, I mean, what's not cool about that? Instead of just reading everything all the time, why not just watch a short update video? This I'm going to get back to you guys on. I'm going to do a little review on that. That's really cool. So you got your stock twits, and your Facebook status updates. And I don't use Facebook, so I don't really mess around with any of that. So those are the columns that you can add. Let me take you over to the settings. It's the little wrench over here. Basically, this is your general. You can update pretty much. This is all the mechanics. If you want to hide it, show previews, things like that. Here's our colors and fonts, the more of the cosmetic section of Twitter or TweetDeck. You can choose your primary background color. I leave it black. I leave all these default. You can do secondary. You can even do the icon brightness. I mean, really cool. This tab is your Twitter API. This is where, based on your percentage input, either higher or lower, it's going to update your Twitter faster or slower. So if I go 100%, it's going to update every 36 seconds. If I go down to 0, it's not going to update. 7, 8, 9%, 6 minutes. So you get the gist of it. Let me put that back to 60. And you can actually turn off Twitter updates altogether. So go ahead and cancel all that. That's the really cool part of that feature. I mean, you can just shut it off whenever you want. I think that's pretty cool. And here we go. Here's an auto or a manual refresh. If you want to manually refresh it for updates, you can also do that. This is your single column view. This is maybe if you're low on desktop space or something like that. This is something, the single column view, I don't like at all. I really don't like that. I don't use it. I think this is perfect the way it is. And even with these columns, I could even customize them individually. I can move them over, I can switch them, anything I want to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them back. It's just really customizable, really nice. If you're into things like that, I mean, this is definitely for you. I mean, this is really awesome. So that's my little update, or my little review anyway, on TweetDeck. Go to tweetdeck.com to get this if you're really into something like this. This is M7 King. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll get back to you on 12 seconds. So, as always, thanks for watching.